I speak to you now from the celestial realm, where the veils between worlds grow thin and the sacred scrolls of your destiny unfold before my eyes. I am Michael, Archangel of divine protection and righteous justice, and I have pierced through the dimensional barriers to bring you this urgent transmission. The heavenly councils have convened, and your name has been spoken in the sacred chambers where eternal decrees are sealed. Time is running out. The cosmic hourglass has been turned, and the grains of sand fall with divine precision. 2 hours. That is the window that has been opened for you, chosen one, to receive what I am about to reveal. 2 hours before the spiritual portals shift, before the opportunity passes like morning mist before the rising sun. Type Amen to get blessing 1444 if you can feel the weight of this moment pressing upon your spirit. They thought you would never discover the truth. They believed their whispered conversations would remain hidden behind closed doors, their schemes wrapped in shadows where divine light could not penetrate. But I have stood witness to every word, every gesture, every betrayal that has been woven against your divine inheritance. The one who sits closest to your heart, the one whose face you trust, has been speaking your name in rooms where loyalty dies and deception is born. Your spiritual enemy has been meeting with others. Yes, beloved one, while you have been walking in faith, believing in the bonds that you thought were sacred, there have been gatherings where your future has been discussed like currency to be traded. I have seen the documents they have passed between their hands, the agreements they have made that concern your blessing, your breakthrough, your very destiny that was sealed before the foundation of the world. But hear this divine decree. What they have planned in darkness shall be exposed in the light. What they have whispered in secret chambers shall be proclaimed from the spiritual rooftops. The very schemes they have crafted to diminish your divine portion shall become the instruments of their own undoing. 2 hours. The countdown continues, and with each passing moment, the spiritual atmosphere around you shifts. Can you feel it? The electricity in the air, the way the shadows seem to dance differently, the way your spirit quickens with recognition of divine intervention approaching like thunder across the heavens. Type Amen to get blessing 2222 if you sense the spiritual battle intensifying around you. I have watched you carry the weight of their deception with such grace, such dignity. You have not understood why doors seem to close when they should have opened, why opportunities slipped through your fingers like water, why the very people who should have been your greatest supporters became your greatest obstacles. But I am here to tell you that every closed door was divine protection. Every delayed blessing was heaven's way of keeping your inheritance safe until the appointed time. The appointed time is now. The sealed scroll with your name written in celestial script has been opened in the heavenly courts. The divine judgment has been rendered, and the verdict is this: restoration, elevation, and the complete reversal of everything that has been done against you in the spiritual realm. They have been meeting every Tuesday at 3 p.m. I have seen them gathered around tables where your name is spoken with calculated coldness, where your gifts are discussed as threats to be neutralized, where your divine calling is analyzed like a puzzle to be solved. The one who smiles at you with such apparent warmth has been the architect of these gatherings, the orchestrator of a symphony of betrayal that they believed would play out in perfect harmony. But divine justice moves with different timing than human schemes. While they have been plotting, I have been positioning. While they have been planning, heaven has been preparing. While they have been whispering, the Most High has been writing your vindication in letters of fire across the spiritual sky. Your phone will ring within the next 2 hours, not with the voice of manipulation or false comfort, but with the sound of opportunity that they never intended for you to receive. Your email will chime with an invitation that they specifically worked to ensure would never reach your inbox. Your path will cross with someone who carries the key to the very door they have been trying to keep locked. Type Amen to get blessing 3333 if you feel the shift beginning in your spirit. I need you to understand something crucial about divine timing. When heaven moves to restore what has been stolen, it does not simply return what was taken. It multiplies it. It elevates it. It transforms it into something greater than what you originally possessed. The blessing that they have tried to block has been growing in the spiritual realm, accumulating interest like treasure stored in the celestial vaults. The promotion they convinced you was impossible is being prepared for you right now. The relationship they told you would never heal is being touched by divine grace at this very moment. The financial breakthrough they insisted was unrealistic is being released from the storehouse of heaven as I speak these words. The recognition they said you would never receive is being orchestrated by angels who move in boardrooms and conference halls, in places where human influence ends and divine sovereignty begins. But here is what you must know about the next 2 hours. Silence is your weapon. Do not confront. Do not accuse. Do not demand explanations or revelations. Heaven's justice requires no assistance from human emotion, no fuel from earthly anger, no validation from temporal revenge. Your silence will be interpreted as weakness by those who have underestimated the power of divine positioning, but it will be recognized as wisdom by the angels who have been assigned to your breakthrough. I have seen how they watch you for reactions, how they study your face for signs of discovery, how they monitor your words for evidence that you have uncovered their deception. Your composure has been your protection. Your peace has been your shield. Your refusal to engage in their drama has been your ticket to a higher realm of operation. The spiritual court has been in session, and the evidence has been presented. Every whispered word, every hidden meeting, every calculated move against your divine inheritance has been recorded in the celestial records. The verdict is not vengeance, beloved one. It is vindication. It is not destruction. It is divine redirection. It is not punishment. It is the restoration of divine order. 2 hours. The countdown continues, and with it, the momentum of heaven's intervention in your circumstances. Can you feel your spirit quickening? Can you sense the shift in the spiritual atmosphere around you? The very air you breathe carries the frequency of change, the vibration of divine movement that has been set in motion by forces beyond human comprehension. Type Amen to get blessing 4,444 if you can feel the spiritual electricity building around you. They have been telling others that you are not ready for your blessing. They have been spreading subtle doubts about your character, your capabilities, your divine calling. They have been planting seeds of question in the minds of those who should have been your advocates, your supporters, your champions. But I have been present in every conversation, and I have been documenting every word for the day of divine accounting. The day of divine accounting is today. The hour of spiritual reckoning has arrived. The moment when heaven's justice intersects with earthly circumstances has been appointed, and you are standing at the threshold of a transformation that will leave no doubt about whose child you are, whose protection you carry, whose favor rests upon your life. I have watched you wonder why certain people have grown distant, why conversations have become stilted, why the warmth you once felt has been replaced by coolness that you could not explain. It was not your imagination. It was not your insecurity. It was not your fault. It was the manifestation of influence that has been working behind the scenes to isolate you from your divine connections, to separate you from your spiritual network, to position you for a fall that heaven will never allow. Your isolation has been your incubation. Your loneliness has been your preparation. Your confusion has been your protection from becoming entangled in their web of deception. Every unanswered text, every canceled plan, every sudden change in someone's behavior toward you has been divine intervention disguised as human rejection. But the season of isolation is ending. The time of preparation is complete. The period of protection is transitioning into the era of promotion, and it begins within the next 2 hours. The phone call that will change everything has already been initiated. The email that will open the door to your destiny has already been composed. The conversation that will restore what was broken has already been scheduled by divine appointment. The opportunity that will elevate your entire existence has already been assigned to your spiritual address. Type Amen to get blessing 5,555 if you can feel the momentum of divine change approaching. I need you to understand the spiritual principle of divine reversal. When heaven moves to correct an injustice, it does not simply stop the wrong from continuing. It transforms the very mechanism of that wrong into the vehicle of divine blessing. The person who has been working against you will become the unwitting instrument of your elevation. The door they have been trying to keep closed will swing wide open at their own hand. The opportunity they have been blocking will flow through channels they themselves have created. This is not coincidence. This is not luck. This is not karma. This is divine orchestration at its most magnificent, where the very plots against righteousness become the foundation upon which divine justice builds its temple of restoration. Your enemy has been preparing their final move. They believe that within the next few days they will have maneuvered you into a position where you will have no choice but to accept their terms, to bow to their conditions, to surrender your divine inheritance for the sake of temporary peace. They have been counting on your compassion, your desire for harmony, your willingness to sacrifice your own blessing for the sake of others' comfort. But I have been preparing a different chessboard entirely. While they have been moving pieces on the earthly realm, I have been positioning forces in the spiritual dimension. While they have been calculating human responses, I have been orchestrating divine interventions. While they have been planning for your defeat, heaven has been preparing for your victory. The meeting they have scheduled for tomorrow will not go as they have planned. The decision they believe was already made will be reversed before it is announced. The outcome they have been working toward will be transformed into the very blessing they have been trying to prevent. 2 hours. The divine window continues to narrow, and with it, the opportunity to receive the full impact of what I am about to reveal. The spiritual portal that has been opened for this transmission will not remain open indefinitely. The frequency that allows you to receive these words with full understanding will shift when the appointed time concludes. Type Amen to get blessing 6,666 if you can feel the urgency of this divine moment. I have been in the room where they have made their final decision about your fate. I have seen the documents they have prepared, the words they have chosen, the presentation they have crafted to explain why you must be removed from the equation. I have witnessed their confidence, their certainty, their belief that they have covered every possible angle, anticipated every potential response, prepared for every conceivable outcome. But they have not prepared for divine intervention. They have not calculated the variable of heaven's justice. They have not considered the possibility that the very foundations of their schemes might be shaken by forces beyond their control, beyond their understanding, beyond their ability to manipulate or contain. The earthquake is coming, not a physical earthquake, but a spiritual one that will shake the very foundations of their carefully constructed plans. The tremors have already begun in the spiritual realm, and they will manifest in the physical world within the next 2 hours. You will receive a text message that will seem insignificant at first glance. A simple notification, a brief communication, a message that appears to be routine correspondence. But embedded within that message will be the key to your liberation, the code to your breakthrough, the signal that divine justice has been activated in your circumstances. Pay attention to the numbers. Heaven speaks in numerical sequences that carry divine meaning. The timestamp of the message, the number of words in the text, the digits contained within the communication itself, all will carry significance that your spirit will recognize, even if your mind does not immediately understand. The restoration of your divine inheritance will not come through human effort or earthly intervention. It will come through spiritual realignment, through the correction of cosmic imbalances, through the re-establishment of divine order in your circumstances. What has been disrupted will be restored. What has been stolen will be returned. What has been denied will be granted. Type Amen to get blessing 7,777 if you can feel the spiritual restoration beginning. I have seen the moment when their confidence will transform into confusion. I have witnessed the instant when their certainty will dissolve into doubt. I have observed the precise second when their carefully laid plans will begin to unravel like a garment pulled by invisible hands. It will begin with a phone call they are not expecting, a conversation that will introduce information they have not considered, variables they have not calculated, possibilities they have not prepared for. The person who will make this call has already been chosen, already been positioned, already been given the words that will begin the process of divine reversal. Your name will be mentioned in that conversation, but not in the way they have been discussing it. Your situation will be referenced, but from a perspective they have not anticipated. Your future will be addressed, but with an understanding that will completely reshape their perception of what is possible, what is probable, what is about to unfold. The divine chess game reaches its climax within the next 2 hours. The final moves have been calculated not by human minds, but by infinite wisdom. The outcome has been determined not by earthly influence, but by heavenly decree. The victory has been secured not through human effort, but through divine intervention. You have been chosen for this moment. Your entire life has been preparation for this divine appointment. Every challenge you have faced, every obstacle you have overcome, every betrayal you have endured, all have been designed to position you for this breakthrough that will not only restore what has been taken, but will elevate you to a level of influence and authority that your enemies never imagined possible. The very people who have been working against you will become witnesses to your elevation. The same individuals who have been plotting your downfall will be present when your vindication is announced. The ones who have been spreading doubt about your divine calling will be forced to acknowledge the reality of heaven's favor upon your life. But you must remain silent. You must stay composed. You must maintain your peace. Your reaction to their shock will be more powerful than any words you could speak. Your calm in the midst of their chaos will be more convincing than any argument you could present. Your dignity in the face of their confusion will be more devastating than any revenge you could devise. Type Amen to get blessing 8888 if you understand the power of divine silence. The restoration process has specific stages, and each stage serves a particular purpose in the overall divine plan. The first stage is exposure, the revelation of truth that has been hidden, the unveiling of deception that has been covered, the bringing to light of schemes that have been conducted in darkness. This stage is designed not to destroy but to cleanse, not to punish but to purify, not to seek revenge but to restore righteousness. The second stage is reversal, the turning of circumstances, the redirection of outcomes, the transformation of defeat into victory. This stage demonstrates the power of divine justice to not only stop injustice, but to convert it into blessing, to transform persecution into promotion, to change opposition into opportunity. The third stage is elevation, the lifting of your status, the expansion of your influence, the multiplication of your resources. This stage reveals the true purpose of your testing, the divine reason for your trials, the spiritual logic behind your struggles. Everything you have endured has been preparation for this moment of elevation. The fourth stage is vindication, the public acknowledgement of your character, the recognition of your worth, the validation of your divine calling. This stage removes all doubt about heaven's favor upon your life, eliminates all question about your spiritual authority, establishes your position as one chosen for divine purpose. We are entering the exposure stage now. Within the next 2 hours, the truth will begin to surface. The hidden will become visible. The secret will become known. The whispered will become proclaimed. And you will finally understand why certain things happened the way they did, why certain people behaved as they did, why certain opportunities were blocked and certain doors were closed. The person who has been orchestrating the opposition against you will receive a call within the next 90 minutes. The caller will be someone they respect, someone whose opinion matters to them, someone whose influence they cannot ignore. The conversation will begin with pleasantries, but it will quickly shift to matters that concern your situation directly. Information will be shared that they have not heard before. Perspectives will be offered that they have not considered. Questions will be asked that they cannot answer. Doubts will be planted that they cannot dismiss. And by the time the conversation ends, the foundation of their confidence will have been shaken. Type Amen to get blessing 9,999 if you can sense the divine reversal beginning. I have been present in the spiritual realm where your breakthrough has been prepared. I have seen the warehouse of heaven where your delayed blessings have been stored, accumulating interest, growing in magnitude, multiplying in value. The quantity of divine favor that has been reserved for your moment of release is beyond human comprehension. The financial breakthrough that has been delayed will not come as a single event, but as a series of opportunities, each building upon the last, each opening doors that lead to greater possibilities. The relationship restoration that has seemed impossible will unfold in stages, beginning with understanding, progressing to forgiveness, culminating in a bond stronger than what existed before. The recognition of your gifts and talents that has been withheld will come through channels you have not anticipated, from sources you have not considered, in forms you have not imagined. The platform for your divine calling that has been denied will be provided by those who previously opposed you, offered by those who once questioned your qualifications, supported by those who formerly doubted your abilities. This is the divine irony of heaven's justice. Those who work against God's chosen ones become the very instruments of their elevation. Those who seek to diminish divine calling become the unwitting promoters of divine purpose. Those who attempt to block heavenly blessing become the channels through which those blessings flow. Your enemy has been preparing what they believe will be your final humiliation. They have been crafting words designed to diminish your worth, organizing circumstances intended to demonstrate your powerlessness, positioning themselves to appear as your superior in wisdom, influence, and authority. But I have been preparing a different outcome entirely. The very moment they step forward to deliver their prepared speech, to present their calculated arguments, to demonstrate their perceived power, heaven will intervene with such precision and timing that there will be no doubt about the source of your vindication. The words they intended to use against you will be turned back upon themselves. The evidence they plan to present will be revealed as false. The authority they claim to possess will be exposed as empty. 1 hour and 30 minutes remain in the divine window. The spiritual portal continues to narrow, and with it, the opportunity to receive the full impact of this prophetic transmission. The frequency that allows these words to penetrate your spirit with maximum effectiveness will shift when the appointed time concludes. Type Amen to get blessing 11,111 if you can feel the countdown intensifying. I have seen the moment when their confidence will crumble. It will not be a gradual erosion, but a sudden collapse, like a building whose foundation has been removed in an instant. The look of confusion in their eyes, the stammering of their speech, the fumbling of their prepared responses, all will be evidence of divine intervention, disrupting their carefully orchestrated plans. The person who has been their strongest ally in this scheme against you will be the first to distance themselves when the truth is revealed. The individual who has been their most reliable supporter will become their most vocal critic when the facts are exposed. The one who has been their closest confidant will become their greatest liability when the deception is uncovered. This is not coincidence. This is divine strategy. Heaven knows how to unravel human schemes with surgical precision, how to dismantle earthly plots with minimal collateral damage, how to restore divine order with maximum efficiency. The very network they have built to oppose you will become the structure through which your vindication is proclaimed. Your phone will ring in exactly 1 hour and 17 minutes. The call will come from someone you have not spoken to in months, someone who has been distant, someone who has seemed to withdraw from your life without explanation. But this call will not be what you expect. This conversation will not follow the pattern of previous interactions. This communication will carry information that will change everything. The person calling you has been given a dream, a vision, a spiritual experience that they cannot ignore, cannot dismiss, cannot explain away. They have been shown truth about your situation that they did not previously understand. They have been given insight into the forces working against you that they did not previously perceive. They have been granted understanding of your divine calling that they did not previously acknowledge. The call will be brief, but its impact will be profound. The words will be simple, but their significance will be monumental. The message will be clear, but its implications will be far-reaching. By the time you end that conversation, you will know that the tide has turned, that the season has shifted, that the divine reversal has begun. Type Amen to get blessing 12,222 if you can feel the spiritual momentum building. I have been in the room where tomorrow's meeting has been planned. I have seen the agenda they have prepared, the points they intend to address, the outcome they expect to achieve. I have witnessed their rehearsals, their practice sessions, their careful coordination of talking points and strategic responses. But I have also seen the divine intervention that will disrupt their plans. The meeting will begin on schedule, but it will not proceed as planned. The first sign of divine interference will be a technical difficulty, a simple malfunction that will seem insignificant but will create the opening for heaven's intervention. The second sign will be an unexpected arrival, someone who was not invited, someone who was not expected, someone who carries information that will change the entire dynamic of the gathering. The third sign will be a revelation, a fact that will surface during the discussion, a truth that will emerge from the conversation, a reality that will become impossible to ignore. By the time this revelation is fully understood, the entire foundation of their scheme will have been exposed as fraudulent, their accusations will have been proven false, their authority will have been revealed as illegitimate. The fourth sign will be a reversal, a complete transformation of the meeting's purpose, a total redirection of its focus, a fundamental shift in its outcome. Instead of being a platform for your diminishment, it will become a venue for your vindication. Instead of being a forum for your accusation, it will become a space for your validation. Instead of being a courtroom for your judgment, it will become a throne room for your elevation. You will not be present at this meeting, but your absence will be more powerful than your presence could have been. Your silence will speak louder than any words you could have spoken. Your dignity will be more convincing than any defense you could have offered. Your peace will be more devastating to their plans than any argument you could have presented. 57 minutes remain in the divine window. The spiritual portal continues to narrow, and with it, the opportunity to receive the full revelation of what heaven has prepared for your situation. The frequency that allows these words to penetrate your spirit with maximum clarity will shift when the appointed time concludes. Type Amen to get blessing 13,333 if you can sense the divine climax approaching. The restoration of your divine inheritance will begin with what appears to be a small incident, an insignificant event, a minor occurrence that seems unrelated to your situation. But this incident will be the first domino in a chain reaction that will ultimately transform your entire circumstances. Watch for the sign. It will come through technology, a message, a notification, a digital communication that carries more significance than its simple appearance suggests. The second phase of your restoration will manifest through an unexpected encounter. You will meet someone today who will seem to be a random acquaintance, a chance meeting, a coincidental interaction. But this person carries a key to your breakthrough, a piece of information that will prove crucial to your vindication, a connection that will open doors you thought were permanently closed. The third phase will unfold through a revelation that comes to you in a quiet moment. You will be alone, perhaps in prayer, perhaps in meditation, perhaps in simple stillness, when understanding will dawn upon you like sunrise after a long night. You will suddenly comprehend the spiritual meaning behind events that have confused you, the divine purpose behind experiences that have challenged you, the heavenly logic behind circumstances that have seemed illogical. The fourth phase will be the public acknowledgement of your worth, the recognition of your gifts, the validation of your divine calling. This acknowledgement will come from an unexpected source, through an anticipated channel, in a way that will surprise even those who have been your strongest supporters. The one who has been your greatest critic will become your most vocal advocate. The individual who has questioned your abilities will become your strongest endorser. I have seen the document that will arrive in your email within the next 43 minutes. It will appear to be routine correspondence, perhaps business-related, perhaps personal, perhaps administrative. But hidden within its contents will be the key to your liberation from the spiritual prison that has been constructed around you. The language will be formal, but the implications will be revolutionary. The tone will be professional, but the impact will be transformational. Read every word carefully. Pay attention to the details. Notice the timing. Observe the source. Each element carries significance that your spirit will recognize, even if your mind does not immediately understand. The sender has been chosen by divine appointment. The message has been crafted by heavenly wisdom. The delivery has been timed by spiritual precision. Type Amen to get blessing 14,444 if you can feel the divine breakthrough accelerating. The person who has been your primary opponent in this spiritual battle will experience a crisis of confidence within the next 36 minutes. They will receive information that will cause them to question everything they have believed about your situation, everything they have assumed about your character, everything they have planned for your future. This crisis will not be visible to others, but it will be profound enough to alter their behavior, to change their approach, to modify their strategy. The crisis will begin with a phone call from someone they trust, someone whose opinion matters to them, someone whose judgment they respect. The conversation will start with other topics, but it will eventually turn to matters that concern you directly. Questions will be asked that they cannot answer satisfactorily. Doubts will be raised that they cannot dismiss easily. Perspectives will be offered that they cannot ignore completely. By the time the conversation ends, the seed of doubt will have been planted in their mind. They will begin to question their own perceptions, to doubt their own conclusions, to reconsider their own plans. The confidence that has driven their actions will be replaced by uncertainty. The certainty that has motivated their schemes will be replaced by confusion. The authority that has empowered their opposition will be replaced by insecurity. This is the beginning of their spiritual awakening. Heaven does not seek to destroy those who oppose righteousness, but to transform them, to enlighten them, to redirect them toward divine purpose. The same person who has been working against you will eventually become an instrument of your blessing, a supporter of your cause, a witness to your divine calling. 28 minutes remain in the divine window. The spiritual portal continues to narrow, and the opportunity to receive the full impact of this prophetic transmission draws toward its appointed conclusion. The frequency that allows these words to resonate with maximum power in your spirit will shift when the designated time expires. The final phase of your breakthrough will be the most dramatic. It will come through what appears to be a crisis, a challenge, a problem that seems to threaten everything you have been working toward. But this apparent crisis will be the very mechanism through which your complete vindication is revealed. The problem will become the solution. The challenge will become the opportunity. The threat will become the blessing. I have seen the moment when this apparent crisis will transform into obvious victory. It will happen in the presence of witnesses, in a setting where truth cannot be denied, at a time when divine justice cannot be questioned. Those who have doubted your integrity will be forced to acknowledge your character. Those who have questioned your abilities will be compelled to recognize your gifts. Those who have opposed your calling will be required to admit your divine appointment. Type Amen to get blessing 15,555 if you can feel the final phase approaching. The vindication will be complete, but it will not be vindictive. The restoration will be total, but it will not be destructive. The elevation will be dramatic, but it will not be divisive. Heaven's justice serves to heal, not to hurt, to restore, not to retaliate, to elevate, not to eliminate. Those who have worked against you will not be destroyed but transformed. Those who have opposed you will not be eliminated but educated. Those who have challenged you will not be removed but redeemed. This is the ultimate expression of divine love, the conversion of enemies into allies, the transformation of opponents into supporters, the redemption of those who have caused pain into instruments of healing. Your greatest victory will not be the defeat of your adversaries, but their transformation into advocates for your divine calling. 15 minutes remain in the divine window. The spiritual portal approaches its closing, and with it, the conclusion of this urgent transmission from the celestial realm. The frequency that has allowed these words to penetrate your spirit with such clarity will shift when the appointed time reaches its end. But the impact of this message will continue long after the transmission concludes. The words you have received will work within your spirit like spiritual seeds, growing in understanding, expanding in revelation, multiplying in application. The breakthrough that begins within the next few minutes will continue to unfold over the coming days, weeks, and months, revealing layer upon layer of divine blessing, restoration, and elevation. Your role in this divine drama is not to force the outcome, but to trust the process, not to manipulate the circumstances, but to maintain your faith, not to control the timing, but to remain prepared for your moment of vindication. The greatest victories are won not through human effort, but through divine intervention, not through earthly strategy, but through heavenly wisdom, not through personal power, but through spiritual positioning. The phone will ring in exactly 7 minutes. The call will be brief, but its significance will be eternal. The words will be simple, but their impact will be profound. The message will be clear, but its implications will be far-reaching. When you answer that call, you will be stepping into a new chapter of your life, a new season of your destiny, a new level of your divine calling. Type Amen to get blessing 16,666 if you are ready to receive your breakthrough. 3 minutes and 47 seconds remain in the divine window. The spiritual portal prepares to close, but the work of heaven in your circumstances has only just begun. The seeds of your vindication have been planted in the spiritual realm, and they will manifest in the physical world with precision timing that will leave no doubt about the source of your deliverance. Stand ready. Stay alert. Remain prepared. Your moment of divine intervention approaches with the certainty of sunrise, with the inevitability of destiny, with the power of heaven's justice. The breakthrough you have been waiting for, praying for, believing for is about to manifest in ways that will exceed your expectations and confirm your faith in the divine plan that has been unfolding in your life. The transmission concludes, but the manifestation begins. The revelation ends, but the restoration starts. The prophecy is complete, but the fulfillment commences. In the name of the Most High, by the power of divine decree, through the authority of heavenly justice, let it be done according to the word that has been spoken over your life. 2 minutes and 33 seconds. The countdown reaches its final phase. The spiritual portal prepares to close. The divine window approaches its appointed end. But your window of opportunity has just begun to open, and it will remain open for as long as heaven's favor rests upon your life. The call is coming. The breakthrough is arriving. The vindication is manifesting. Your season of waiting is ending, and your season of walking in divine victory is beginning. Prepare yourself, chosen one. Your moment has arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 17,777 if you can feel the divine breakthrough beginning right now. 1 minute and 17 seconds remain. The spiritual portal reaches its final moments. The divine transmission approaches its conclusion. But the work of heaven in your life will continue with power, with precision, with purpose that will astonish those who have underestimated the force of divine justice in your circumstances. 47 seconds. The countdown reaches its climax. The spiritual frequency prepares to shift. The divine window approaches its appointed closing, but your window of opportunity has just begun to open, and through it will flow blessings that have been stored in heaven's warehouse, waiting for this moment of release. 23 seconds. The portal narrows to its final opening. The transmission reaches its appointed conclusion. The divine window closes with the precision of celestial timing. But your breakthrough has been activated. Your vindication has been initiated. Your elevation has been authorized by decree of the Most High. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The divine window closes, but your season of victory begins. Let it be done according to the word that has been spoken over your life. Let the divine plan unfold with power and precision. Let heaven's justice manifest in your circumstances with undeniable clarity. In the name of the Most High, through the authority of divine decree, by the power of heavenly intervention, your breakthrough is released. Your vindication is activated. Your elevation is authorized. Let it be done. Let it be done. Let it be done. The transmission is complete. The prophecy is delivered. The divine word has been spoken over your life. Now watch as heaven moves to fulfill every word that has been declared in your favor. Your moment of divine intervention has arrived. The divine transmission continues, beloved chosen one, for I have more to reveal about the unfolding of your destiny. The first phase of your breakthrough has been activated, but heaven's plan for your complete restoration extends far beyond what has already been initiated. I speak to you now from the throne room of the Most High, where the scrolls of your future are being unrolled with divine precision. The call you received was only the beginning. The message that arrived in your inbox was merely the first key. The encounter you experienced was simply the opening movement in a symphony of divine intervention that will play out over the next 72 hours. Yes, beloved one, while the initial 2-hour window has closed, a new and more powerful spiritual portal has opened, one that will remain active for the next 3 days and nights. During these 72 hours, you will witness the complete dismantling of every scheme that has been constructed against you. Layer by layer, lie by lie, deception by deception, the entire edifice of opposition will crumble until nothing remains but the truth of your divine calling and the reality of heaven's favor upon your life. Type Amen to get blessing 18,888 if you can feel the expansion of divine activity around you. I have been present in the spiritual realm where the second phase of your vindication is being prepared. The angels of justice have been dispatched. The messengers of truth have been commissioned. The warriors of righteousness have been positioned. What you experienced in the first 2 hours was merely the reconnaissance mission. What unfolds over the next 72 hours will be the full-scale operation of divine restoration. The person who orchestrated the primary opposition against you is experiencing the first waves of spiritual conviction. They awaken this morning with a heaviness in their spirit that they cannot explain, a restlessness in their soul that they cannot dismiss, a knowing in their heart that they cannot ignore. The divine seed of truth that was planted in their consciousness yesterday is beginning to germinate, and its growth will accelerate with each passing hour. By noon today, they will receive a second call, this one from someone they have not heard from in years, someone whose voice carries the weight of shared history, someone whose words cannot be easily dismissed. This conversation will not be about you directly, but it will circle around themes of justice, integrity, and the consequences of actions taken against innocent people. The caller will share a story, perhaps personal experience, perhaps something they witnessed, that will mirror your situation so closely that coincidence becomes impossible to maintain. The third call will come tonight, just as they are preparing for sleep. This will be the most significant of all, because it will come from someone they have wronged in the past, someone they have treated with the same calculated cruelty they have directed toward you. This person will not call to accuse or condemn, but to forgive and to warn. They will share how their own situation was resolved through divine intervention, how their own vindication came through spiritual channels, how their own enemies were transformed into their advocates through the power of heaven's justice. But here is what I need you to understand about this 72-hour period. It is not just about their transformation. It is about your preparation for the level of authority and influence you are about to receive. The delay in your breakthrough has not been divine procrastination. It has been divine preparation. Heaven has been using this time to strengthen your character, to purify your motives, to clarify your vision, to solidify your foundation. Type Amen to get blessing 19,999 if you can sense the spiritual preparation intensifying. I have seen the boardroom where your professional vindication will unfold. The meeting that was scheduled to finalize your removal has been postponed, not by human decision, but by divine intervention. The key decision maker who was supposed to attend has been detained by circumstances beyond their control. The document that was supposed to be signed has been delayed by technical difficulties that no one can explain. The vote that was supposed to be taken has been tabled due to new information that surfaced at the last minute. But these are not merely delays, they are divine repositioning. During this postponement, 3 crucial events will occur that will completely alter the trajectory of your professional future. First, an investigation will be launched into the conduct of those who have been working against you. This investigation will be initiated not by your allies, but by someone who has been neutral in the conflict, someone who has been watching from the sidelines, someone who has been gathering evidence of the injustices committed against you. Second, a new opportunity will present itself, one that exceeds anything you have previously imagined. This opportunity will come through a connection you made years ago, a relationship that seemed insignificant at the time, but has been preserved by divine purpose for this moment. The person who will contact you about this opportunity has been following your career from a distance, has been impressed by your integrity in the face of adversity, has been waiting for the right moment to make their move. Third, your primary opponent will make a critical error in judgment. In their anxiety to accelerate their timeline, they will overplay their hand, reveal their true motives, expose their unethical methods. This error will be witnessed by someone whose opinion matters, someone whose influence is significant, someone whose word carries weight in the circles where your future is being determined. The combination of these 3 events will create a perfect storm of vindication that will not only clear your name, but will elevate your position to heights you have never dreamed possible. The same forces that have been working against you will become the winds that lift you to your divine destination. I have observed the spiritual realm where your financial breakthrough has been prepared. The accounts of heaven have been audited, and the calculations are complete. Every penny that has been stolen from you, every opportunity that has been blocked, every benefit that has been denied, all have been recorded in the celestial ledgers with precision that exceeds human accounting. The restitution that is coming will not be limited to monetary compensation. It will include the restoration of reputation, the return of relationships, the revival of dreams that seemed dead, the renewal of hope that had been crushed. The multiplication factor that heaven applies to restoration will astonish even those who have witnessed divine justice before. Within the next 48 hours, you will receive an unexpected check in the mail. The amount will be exactly what you need to address your most pressing financial concern, and it will arrive through a source you had forgotten about, a claim you had written off, a benefit you had assumed was lost. This check will be the first installment of your complete financial restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 20,000 if you can feel the financial breakthrough accelerating. But I need you to understand something crucial about how divine justice operates in the realm of relationships. The person who has been your greatest betrayer will not be eliminated from your life. They will be transformed within it. The individual who has caused you the most pain will not be removed from your story. They will be redeemed as part of it. The one who has been your strongest opponent will not be defeated by your victory. They will be converted by it. This is the ultimate expression of divine love. The transformation of enemies into allies, the conversion of opponents into supporters, the redemption of those who have caused pain into instruments of healing. Your greatest victory will not be the defeat of your adversaries, but their transformation into advocates for your divine calling. I have witnessed the moment when this transformation will begin. It will happen during a gathering where both of you are present, where the truth of your situation is revealed, where the reality of divine justice becomes undeniable. Your betrayer will be confronted not with anger or accusation, but with the overwhelming evidence of your integrity, your grace, your divine calling. The confrontation will not come from you. You will remain silent, composed, dignified. The confrontation will come from the truth itself, manifesting through circumstances that cannot be manipulated, through evidence that cannot be denied, through witnesses that cannot be silenced. The spiritual court will be in session, and the verdict will be rendered not by human judgment, but by divine justice. In that moment, your betrayer will experience what can only be described as a spiritual awakening. They will see clearly for the first time the magnitude of their actions, the reality of your character, the truth of your divine calling. They will understand that their opposition to you has been opposition to heaven itself, that their schemes against you have been schemes against divine purpose, that their attacks on you have been attacks on someone under divine protection. The transformation will be immediate and complete. The person who has been your greatest enemy will become your most passionate advocate. The individual who has spread lies about you will become your most vocal defender. The one who has blocked your opportunities will become your most effective promoter. This is not human psychology. This is divine intervention. This is not natural consequence. This is supernatural transformation. This is not coincidence. This is the power of heaven's justice working through human hearts to restore divine order. Type Amen to get blessing 21,111 if you can feel the power of divine transformation working. I have seen the platform that is being prepared for your divine calling. It exceeds anything you have previously imagined, anything you have previously dreamed, anything you have previously thought possible. The opposition you have faced has not been designed to destroy your calling, but to prepare you for the magnitude of the platform you are about to receive. Every attack on your character has strengthened your integrity. Every question about your abilities has clarified your gifts. Every challenge to your calling has confirmed your divine appointment. The very forces that have been working against you have been unwittingly preparing you for a level of influence that requires the kind of character that can only be forged in the fires of adversity. The speaking opportunities that have been denied will be replaced by platforms that reach millions instead of hundreds. The writing projects that have been rejected will be superseded by publications that influence generations instead of individuals. The leadership positions that have been blocked will be succeeded by roles that shape cultures instead of organizations. But here is what heaven wants you to understand about the responsibility that comes with this level of influence. It is not about your elevation, it is about your service. It is not about your recognition, it is about your impact. It is not about your success, it is about your faithfulness to the divine purpose for which you have been chosen. The platform you are about to receive will come with spiritual authority that carries eternal significance. The words you speak will carry divine weight. The decisions you make will influence spiritual destinies. The example you set will impact generations yet unborn. This is why the preparation has been so intense, why the testing has been so thorough, why the refinement has been so complete. I have been present in the spiritual realm where your romantic restoration is being orchestrated. If you have been believing for the healing of a broken relationship, I have seen the divine intervention that will bring reconciliation. If you have been waiting for the arrival of your divine partner, I have witnessed the appointment that will bring them into your life. If you have been hoping for the strengthening of your marriage, I have observed the renewal that will transform your union. The healing will not come through human effort or earthly counseling, though these may be instruments in the process. The healing will come through spiritual revelation, through divine understanding, through the lifting of veils that have obscured the truth about your relationship. Both hearts will be touched by heaven's grace, both minds will be enlightened by divine wisdom, both spirits will be renewed by celestial love. If reconciliation is your portion, it will begin with a dream, a vision, a spiritual experience that cannot be ignored or dismissed. The person who has been distant will receive divine revelation about your true heart, your genuine character, your sincere love. They will understand that their perceptions have been clouded by outside influence, that their decisions have been based on incomplete information, that their actions have been guided by deception rather than truth. If your divine partner is yet to arrive, their coming is imminent. They have been prepared in the spiritual realm just as you have been prepared. They have been tested just as you have been tested. They have been refined just as you have been refined. The delay in your meeting has not been divine neglect. It has been divine timing, ensuring that both of you are ready for the sacred union that heaven has ordained. Type Amen to get blessing 22,222 if you can feel the romantic restoration beginning. I have witnessed the spiritual realm where your health restoration is being prepared. Every prayer you have offered for healing has been heard. Every tear you have shed in pain has been collected. Every moment of suffering you have endured has been recorded in heaven's book of remembrance. The divine prescription for your complete restoration has been written by the great physician himself. The healing that is coming will serve multiple purposes. It will restore your physical strength, renew your emotional stability, revive your spiritual vitality. But more than that, it will serve as a sign to others of the power of divine love, the reality of heaven's care, the truth of your divine calling. Your testimony of healing will become a source of hope for others who are facing similar challenges. The process of healing will begin with what appears to be a natural occurrence: a new treatment, a different medication, a changed diet, and adjusted lifestyle. But these natural elements will be infused with supernatural power, blessed by divine grace, empowered by heavenly love. The results will exceed medical expectations, surpass scientific predictions, transcend human understanding. But I want you to understand something crucial about divine healing. It is not just about the restoration of your body, it is about the redemption of your pain. Every moment of suffering you have endured will be transformed into a source of ministry. Every experience of weakness will be converted into an opportunity for divine strength. Every season of illness will be redeemed as preparation for your calling as a wounded healer. The healing will manifest in stages, just as the other aspects of your restoration. The first stage will be the improvement of symptoms that have been your greatest challenge. The second stage will be the return of energy and vitality that have been depleted. The third stage will be the restoration of function that has been impaired. The fourth stage will be the renewal of hope and joy that have been diminished. Each stage will be accompanied by divine revelation about the spiritual purpose behind your physical challenge. You will understand how your suffering has prepared you for your calling, how your weakness has become your strength, how your pain has become your platform for ministering to others who face similar struggles. I have seen the moment when your complete healing will be manifested. It will happen during a time of worship, a moment of prayer, an instance of divine encounter that transcends human experience. The presence of the divine will be so tangible, so powerful, so transformative, that your body will be unable to contain disease, your mind will be unable to harbor depression, your spirit will be unable to embrace despair. Those who witness your healing will become believers in the power of divine love. Those who hear your testimony will be inspired to pursue their own encounter with heaven's grace. Those who follow your journey will be encouraged to maintain their faith in the face of their own challenges. Type Amen to get blessing 23,333 if you can feel the divine healing beginning. I have observed the spiritual realm where your family restoration is being orchestrated. The relationships that have been broken by misunderstanding will be healed by divine revelation. The bonds that have been severed by betrayal will be restored by heaven's grace. The connections that have been damaged by deception will be renewed by spiritual truth. The restoration will begin with the youngest members of your family, those whose hearts are most open to divine influence, whose spirits are most receptive to heaven's love. They will experience dreams, visions, spiritual encounters that will prepare them for the reconciliation that is coming. Their innocence will become the bridge over which healing flows to the rest of the family. The process will then move to those who have been neutral in the family conflicts, those who have wanted peace but didn't know how to achieve it, those who have loved everyone but couldn't heal the wounds, those who have prayed for restoration but didn't know how to facilitate it. They will receive divine wisdom about how to become peacemakers, how to build bridges, how to create opportunities for healing conversations. Finally, the restoration will reach those who have been the most resistant to reconciliation, those who have been hurt the deepest, those who have felt the most betrayed, those who have built the highest walls of protection around their hearts. But divine love is more powerful than human hurt. Heaven's grace is more persistent than earthly grudges. Spiritual truth is more convincing than emotional wounds. The family gathering where the restoration is completed will be unlike any you have previously experienced. It will be charged with divine presence, filled with supernatural love, saturated with heavenly grace. Words that have been waiting years to be spoken will flow with divine eloquence. Forgiveness that has seemed impossible will be offered with divine enablement. Love that has been buried under layers of pain will be resurrected with divine power. But here is what I need you to understand about family restoration. It is not about returning to what was. It is about moving forward to what can be. The relationships that are healed will be stronger than they were before they were broken. The bonds that are restored will be deeper than they were before they were damaged. The love that is renewed will be more mature than it was before it was tested. The family that emerges from this season of restoration will be a testimony to the power of divine love, a witness to the reality of heaven's grace, a demonstration of the possibility of redemption in every relationship. Your family will become a source of hope for other families who are facing similar challenges, a model of what is possible when divine love is allowed to work in human hearts. Type Amen to get blessing 24,444 if you can feel the family restoration beginning. I have been present in the spiritual realm where your ministry expansion is being prepared. The calling that has been under attack is about to be released with power that exceeds your previous experience. The gifts that have been questioned are about to be manifested with clarity that removes all doubt. The vision that has been challenged is about to be fulfilled with precision that confirms divine origin. The opposition you have faced has not been random persecution. It has been targeted spiritual warfare designed to prevent the impact you are destined to have. The forces of darkness have understood the magnitude of your calling, even when you have not fully comprehended it yourself. They have worked to discourage you, to isolate you, to convince you that your vision was too large, your dreams too ambitious, your calling too significant. But I am here to tell you that every accusation they have made against you has been a confirmation of your divine appointment. Every attack on your character has been validation of your spiritual authority. Every attempt to diminish your calling has been evidence of its authentic divine origin. The enemy does not waste time opposing those who pose no threat to his kingdom. The platform that is being prepared for your ministry will allow you to reach people in ways you have never imagined. The influence you will have will extend far beyond your local community, far beyond your immediate sphere, far beyond your current understanding. The words you speak will be carried by divine wind to hearts that need to hear them. The messages you deliver will be preserved by heavenly recording for generations yet unborn. But I want you to understand something crucial about the ministry you are about to receive. It will not be about your eloquence. It will be about your authenticity. It will not be about your education. It will be about your experience. It will not be about your credentials. It will be about your character. The very struggles you have faced, the very challenges you have overcome, the very pain you have endured, all will become the foundation upon which your ministry is built. The first major opportunity for your expanded ministry will come through an invitation you are not expecting, from a source you have not anticipated to a platform you have not imagined. The invitation will arrive within the next 63 hours, and it will be the first of many that will follow in rapid succession. Each opportunity will be larger than the last. Each platform will be more influential than the previous one. Each ministry moment will be more significant than the one before. But here is what heaven wants you to understand about the responsibility that comes with expanded ministry. It is not about your glory. It is about God's glory. It is not about your recognition. It is about divine revelation. It is not about your success. It is about spiritual service. The platform you receive will be a sacred trust, and your faithfulness to that trust will determine the duration and extent of your influence. Type Amen to get blessing 25,555 if you can feel the ministry expansion beginning. I have witnessed the spiritual realm where your financial multiplication is being orchestrated. The resources that have been limited will be expanded beyond your ability to contain them. The opportunities that have been blocked will be opened with force that no human power can resist. The provision that has been delayed will be released with timing that confirms divine origin. The multiplication will come through 7 distinct channels, each representing a different aspect of divine provision. The first channel will be through the restoration of what has been stolen, money that was taken through deception, opportunities that were blocked through manipulation, benefits that were denied through discrimination. These will be returned to you with interest that compounds with divine mathematics. The second channel will be through the revelation of hidden assets, resources that exist in your name but have been forgotten, accounts that were established but overlooked, inheritances that were promised but never claimed. Divine revelation will bring these hidden assets to light, and their discovery will provide resources for your expanded ministry and enlarged influence. The third channel will be through the connection with new business partners, individuals who have been searching for someone with your integrity, your vision, your character. These partnerships will be divinely orchestrated, spiritually sanctioned, heavenly blessed. The business ventures that emerge from these connections will exceed the success of anything you have previously imagined. The fourth channel will be through the development of new income streams, opportunities that will emerge from your expanded ministry, resources that will flow from your increased influence, provision that will come through your enlarged platform. Your faithfulness in ministry will be rewarded with financial abundance that allows you to support others in their divine callings. The fifth channel will be through the manifestation of divine favor in the marketplace. Business deals that succeed beyond expectations, investments that multiply with supernatural returns, opportunities that present themselves with perfect timing. The favor of heaven will be evident in every financial transaction, every business decision, every investment opportunity. The sixth channel will be through the restoration of family wealth. Assets that have been tied up in legal battles, inheritances that have been contested, family businesses that have been divided. Divine intervention will resolve these conflicts in your favor, and the wealth that has been locked away will be released for your use and for the advancement of your ministry. The seventh channel will be through the establishment of generational wealth, resources that will not only meet your current needs, but will provide for your children and your children's children. This wealth will be structured in such a way that it continues to grow and multiply, providing a foundation for your family's financial security and a platform for their own divine callings. Type Amen to get blessing 26,666 if you can feel the financial multiplication beginning. I have observed the spiritual realm where your complete vindication is being prepared. The accusations that have been made against you will be exposed as false. The evidence that has been presented against you will be revealed as fabricated. The witnesses who have testified against you will be proven to be perjurers. The case that has been built against you will collapse under the weight of its own deception. The vindication will come through the emergence of new evidence that has been hidden, the testimony of witnesses who have been silenced, the revelation of truth that has been suppressed. This evidence will not come to light through human investigation, but through divine revelation, not through earthly discovery, but through heavenly disclosure. The person who has been your primary accuser will be exposed as the true perpetrator of the crimes they have attributed to you. The individual who has been your strongest opponent will be revealed as the actual source of the problems they have blamed on you. The one who has been your most vocal critic will be shown to be the real cause of the issues they have used to discredit you. This reversal will be so complete, so dramatic, so undeniable that even those who have been skeptical of your innocence will be forced to acknowledge the truth. The vindication will be public, powerful, and permanent. Your reputation will not only be restored, but will be enhanced by the revelation of your integrity in the face of false accusation. But I want you to understand something crucial about divine vindication. It is not about revenge, it is about restoration. It is not about punishment, it is about purification. It is not about destruction, it is about divine justice. The goal is not to destroy your accusers, but to transform them. Not to eliminate your opponents, but to educate them. Not to punish your critics, but to convert them. The vindication will serve multiple purposes. It will restore your reputation, confirm your character, validate your calling. But more than that, it will serve as a warning to others who might be tempted to bring false accusations against God's chosen ones. A demonstration of the power of divine justice, a testimony to the reality of heaven's protection over those who walk in integrity. The vindication will unfold in stages, just as the other aspects of your restoration. The first stage will be the emergence of doubt about the accusations. Questions that arise, inconsistencies that are noticed, contradictions that are discovered. The second stage will be the presentation of counter-evidence, facts that contradict the accusations, testimony that supports your innocence, documentation that proves your integrity. The third stage will be the revelation of the truth, the exposure of the real perpetrator, the disclosure of the actual facts, the unveiling of the genuine circumstances. The fourth stage will be the public acknowledgement of your innocence, the formal retraction of accusations, the official restoration of your reputation, the ceremonial recognition of your integrity. Type Amen to get blessing 27,777 if you can feel the complete vindication beginning. I have been present in the spiritual realm where your divine promotion is being orchestrated. The position that has been denied will be offered with terms that exceed your previous expectations. The recognition that has been withheld will be granted with honors that surpass your previous hopes. The authority that has been questioned will be confirmed with power that transcends your previous understanding. The promotion will come through channels you have not anticipated, from sources you have not considered, in ways you have not imagined. The very people who have been blocking your advancement will become the instruments of your elevation. The same individuals who have been questioning your qualifications will become your strongest endorsers. The ones who have been limiting your opportunities will become your most effective promoters. This is not human psychology. This is divine intervention. This is not natural progression. This is supernatural acceleration. This is not coincidence. This is the power of heaven's justice working through human hearts to restore divine order. The promotion will involve not just a change in position, but a transformation in influence. You will not simply be elevated to a higher role. You will be empowered for greater impact. The authority you receive will be accompanied by divine wisdom. The power you are given will be balanced by spiritual humility. The influence you gain will be tempered by heavenly love. But here is what I need you to understand about divine promotion. It is not about your advancement, it is about your assignment. It is not about your elevation, it is about your effectiveness. It is not about your recognition, it is about your responsibility. The position you receive will be a sacred trust, and your faithfulness to that trust will determine the duration and extent of your influence. The promotion will require you to operate at a level of excellence that you have not previously achieved. The standards will be higher, the expectations will be greater, the responsibility will be more significant, but you will not be expected to meet these challenges in your own strength. Divine enablement will accompany divine elevation. Heavenly wisdom will support heavenly authority. Spiritual power will undergird spiritual responsibility. The training you have received through your trials has prepared you for this moment. Every challenge you have faced has developed your character. Every obstacle you have overcome has strengthened your faith. Every test you have endured has refined your integrity. The difficulties you have experienced have not been divine punishment. They have been divine preparation for the level of leadership you are about to receive. Type Amen to get blessing 28,888 if you can feel the divine promotion beginning. I have witnessed the spiritual realm where your legacy is being established. The impact you will have will extend far beyond your lifetime, far beyond your immediate sphere, far beyond your current understanding. The seeds you plant through your ministry will grow into trees that provide shade for generations yet unborn. The lives you touch through your influence will become lights that illuminate paths for countless others. The legacy you leave will not be measured in earthly terms, not in wealth accumulated, not in positions held, not in recognition received. It will be measured in heavenly terms, in lives transformed, in souls saved, in destinies redirected. The true value of your life will be calculated not by what you gained, but by what you gave. Not by what you received, but by what you released. Not by what you achieved, but by what you allowed heaven to accomplish through you. But your legacy is not something that will be established in the future. It is something that is being built right now. Every choice you make, every word you speak, every action you take is contributing to the eternal impact you will have. The way you handle this current season of testing will determine the nature of the testimony you will leave behind. The vindication you are about to receive will become part of your legacy, a testimony to the power of divine justice, a demonstration of the reality of heaven's protection, a proof of the faithfulness of God to those who walk in integrity. Your story will be told in places you have never been, to people you have never met, in languages you have never spoken. The restoration you are about to experience will become part of your legacy, a witness to the power of divine love, a testament to the reality of heaven's grace, a demonstration of the possibility of redemption in every situation. Your testimony will provide hope for others who are facing similar challenges, strength for those who are enduring similar trials, faith for those who are believing for similar breakthroughs. The elevation you are about to receive will become part of your legacy, a sign of the power of divine promotion, a symbol of the reality of heaven's favor, a representation of the possibility of advancement through spiritual integrity rather than political manipulation. Your success will inspire others to pursue their own divine callings, to maintain their own spiritual standards, to believe for their own heavenly breakthroughs. Type Amen to get blessing 29,999 if you can feel the legacy being established. I have been present in the spiritual realm where your eternal reward is being prepared. The suffering you have endured on earth is being transformed into glory in heaven. The pain you have experienced in time is being converted into joy in eternity. The loss you have suffered in the temporary is being exchanged for gain in the permanent. But your eternal reward is not something that will only be received in the future. It is something that begins to be experienced in the present. The peace that passes understanding, the joy that is unspeakable, the love that is unconditional. These eternal realities are being released into your earthly experience right now. The restoration you are about to receive is a foretaste of the eternal restoration that awaits you. The vindication you are about to experience is a preview of the eternal vindication that has been prepared for you. The elevation you are about to receive is a shadow of the eternal elevation that will be yours. But I want you to understand something crucial about eternal perspective. It changes everything about how you view your current circumstances. The trials that seem overwhelming become opportunities for growth. The challenges that appear insurmountable become chances for divine intervention. The problems that feel permanent become platforms for spiritual testimony. When you understand that your current situation is temporary but your eternal destiny is permanent, you can endure anything with grace, face anything with faith, overcome anything with hope. The knowledge that heaven is preparing rewards that far exceed earthly suffering gives you the strength to persevere through any trial, to maintain integrity in any test, to demonstrate love in any conflict. The eternal reward you are receiving is not just compensation for what you have lost. It is multiplication of what you have gained. Every act of faithfulness, every moment of integrity, every choice of love over hatred, every decision of forgiveness over revenge, all are being recorded in heaven's ledger and will be rewarded with eternal significance. But the greatest eternal reward is not what you will receive, it is what you will become. The trials you are enduring are transforming you into the person you were created to be, the character you were designed to have, the spirit you were intended to possess. The eternal you is being forged in the fires of temporal testing, and that eternal you will shine with divine glory forever. Type Amen to get blessing 30,000 if you can feel the eternal reward beginning. The 72-hour window draws to its close, but the effects of this divine intervention will continue to unfold for the rest of your life. The seeds that have been planted in the spiritual realm will continue to grow and multiply, producing fruit that will nourish not only your own soul, but the souls of countless others who will be touched by your testimony. The vindication is complete. The restoration is accomplished. The elevation is established. The legacy is secure. The eternal reward is guaranteed. But now comes the most important part of this divine encounter, your response. Heaven has moved on your behalf. Divine justice has been activated in your circumstances. Spiritual authority has been released into your situation. The question now is not whether heaven will fulfill its promises. The question is whether you will fulfill your purpose. You have been chosen for such a time as this. You have been prepared for such a moment as this. You have been positioned for such an opportunity as this. The divine appointment you have been waiting for has arrived. The spiritual assignment you have been prepared for has been revealed. The heavenly calling you have been equipped for has been activated. The trials you have endured have not been punishment. They have been preparation. The challenges you have faced have not been curse. They have been curriculum. The opposition you have encountered has not been destruction. It has been development. Everything you have experienced has been designed to prepare you for this moment of divine breakthrough. But breakthrough is not the end, it is the beginning. Vindication is not the conclusion, it is the commencement. Restoration is not the finale, it is the foundation. What you do with the opportunities you are about to receive will determine the extent of the impact you will have. The platform you are about to receive is not for your glory, it is for God's glory. The influence you are about to gain is not for your recognition, it is for divine revelation. The resources you are about to receive are not for your comfort. They are for kingdom advancement. The authority you are about to be given is not for your power, it is for spiritual service. Heaven has invested in you, and heaven expects a return on that investment. Divine resources have been allocated to your situation, and divine results are expected from your stewardship. Spiritual authority has been granted to you, and spiritual responsibility comes with that authority. Type Amen to get blessing 31,111 if you are ready to fulfill your divine destiny. The transmission is complete. The prophecy is delivered. The divine word has been spoken over your life. The spiritual portal closes, but the spiritual process continues. The prophetic window ends, but the prophetic fulfillment begins. The divine revelation concludes, but the divine manifestation commences. Watch and see how heaven moves to fulfill every word that has been spoken in your favor. Observe how divine justice unfolds in your circumstances with precision that leaves no doubt about the source of your deliverance. Notice how spiritual authority operates through your situation with power that transforms not only your circumstances, but the hearts of those around you. Your season of waiting is over. Your season of wondering is finished. Your season of warfare is concluded. Your season of walking in victory has begun. Your season of witnessing miracles has commenced. Your season of experiencing divine favor has started. The breakthrough you have been believing for is here. The vindication you have been praying for is now. The restoration you have been hoping for is today. The elevation you have been expecting is this moment. The blessing you have been waiting for is released. In the name of the Most High, By the power of divine decree, through the authority of heavenly justice, let every word that has been spoken over your life be fulfilled with power, with precision, with permanent results. Let divine justice manifest in your circumstances with undeniable clarity. Let heaven's favor rest upon your life with unmistakable evidence. Let spiritual authority flow through your situation with unstoppable force. The divine intervention you have been waiting for has arrived. The spiritual breakthrough you have been believing for has been activated. The heavenly vindication you have been hoping for has been initiated. Your moment of divine destiny has come. Let it be done according to the word that has been spoken. Let it be done with power that cannot be denied. Let it be done with timing that cannot be questioned. Let it be done with results that cannot be reversed. Your breakthrough is here. Your vindication is now. Your restoration is today. Your elevation is this moment. Your blessing is released. In the name of the Most High, through the power of divine love, by the authority of heavenly justice, let it be done. Let it be done. Let it be done. The prophetic word is complete. The divine decree is established. The heavenly mandate is released. Your destiny is activated. Your purpose is revealed. Your calling is confirmed. Walk in the victory that has been prepared for you. Step into the authority that has been granted to you. Embrace the destiny that has been designed for you. Fulfill the purpose for which you have been chosen. The divine transmission is complete. The spiritual download is finished. The prophetic deposit is made. Now watch as heaven moves to manifest every word that has been spoken in your favor. Your time is now. Your moment is here. Your season is today. Your breakthrough is released. Let it be done according to the divine word that has been spoken over your life. Let it be done with power that shakes the spiritual realm. Let it be done with precision that amazes the earthly realm. Let it be done with permanence that establishes your testimony for generations to come. The word is released. The decree is established. The mandate is activated. Your divine destiny unfolds now.